Are Tomb Scorpions shockingly good in patch 6.3.1? Well, they have limits. I still have my nightmare battle with Mommy Ospankia to go by, where Tomb Scorpions and Ishapti were supposed to carry me. I didn't know she had a hex to make herself basically immune to great bows, and Kislevites warriors times 8 and something almost equal to that with Akshina ambushers, and it was just too much. But how good do these Scorpions get? It's legit better now, so let's dive right in. Costing 1000 in multiplayer, they come in at 6020 health, which is both significant and not that much in the grand scheme of things. Armor is 90, which is a big benefit in its favor, and I think spell resistance 20% is relatively recent, but that's there, and nice for resisting spell sniping or your own vortex spells slammed on top of it. Leadership of 55 isn't that bad. Speed 50 and charge speed 75 is exactly that of Sepulchral Stalkers, and not much behind Ishapti. Melee attack begins at 35 with poison with each blow, and is therefore the other main source of that in the faction besides Necropolis Knights. Khalida is a source, of course. Attack interval 3.7 means less downtime before it does another one of its animations. Splash Aka size is large, so trolls on down, and like a dragon, I mean in-game dragons not Kiryu-san, a max targets with health damage of 5. A lot more than 5 can be knocked around by its animations, but that's how many take damage. This is key to understanding how the unit meshes with other activities. Melee defense 33 is not exceptional, but also isn't that poor. Weapon strength 420 is split base 120, and armor piercing 300, as in, it hits like a Stegodon, with somewhat broader splash. Furthermore, it has a bonus versus infantry of 15, so right out of the crypt, it's melee attack 50 versus infantry, dishing out poison, and doing weapon strength 435 with lots of armor bashing. Charge bonus of 45 is actually pretty decent, and mass is 2000, just good enough to knock around lots of mosh pits. Counting as a siege attacker for whatever reason, this construct has Vanguard deployment, hide in forest, and causes fear and terror. Take note of that, this is your earliest and most available terror monster in the faction. In the redline skills, Stone Sentinels at 3 pips provides melee attack plus 6, weapon strength plus 8%, and plus 8 flat charge bonus. So 45 becomes 53. The other units this supports are Sepulchral Stalkers and Necrosphinxes. Keep that in mind. Of those 3, this is the one explicitly anti-infantry. Rank 7 and up elites benefit from Ancient Stone for leadership plus 5, weapon strength plus 12%, and spell resistance 15%. None of this is bad, and I mean that's spell resistance on top of the 20% that it started with. In the tech tree, the same tech in the 3rd dynasty that gave Carrion Perfect Vigor, called Tireless Scavenging, provides that buff to Tomb Scorpions as well, and given their historic role as very busy melee combatants, they get tired. Until you get this, at least. At which point, they won't anymore, and that's probably a really big deal. The Ritual of Sokoth provides speed plus 15%, which is a rather significant boost in speed for rapid charges, melee attack plus 5, and melee defense plus 5. Proclamation of the 3rd Dynasty raises capacity by 2. Speaking of that, the building raises capacity by 2 per building. The Necrotech skill line for this purpose raises capacity by plus 2 also, and you'll see for yourself how Scorpion Carver does in the current patch as traits go. But the building itself is 2500 gold and 5 turns default, no other tiers. So if you're just trying to get as many constructs as possible in the shortest time, and don't have 4th Dynasty fully researched, this is considerably faster than pushing the Ushabti Great Bows, let alone building up a cavalry building to the top. Hearts of Stone in the 6th Dynasty offers immunity to flanking to all characters, but not Tomb Scorpions, who would have benefited greatly, but instead as constructs they get plus 10 leadership, and that's not trivial either. So how do we use Tomb Scorpions? My examples typically don't show dropping a vortex on top of a construct, so you can see more of the melee, but believe me, that's a leading way to use them. Spell resistance makes the association even stronger in my mind now. So what does the Scorpion have? Armor. What do most trash infantry not have? Lots of armor. What does Skullstorm do? Lots of base weapon damage. You do the math. Beyond that, the problem, so to speak, is that the Tomb Scorpions might well be your only single entity monsters worthy of helping out against characters, and that works a lot better if they're on foot than mounted, at least in terms of hitting them, but knocking them down may or may not be a good thing. Either way, like Stegodons, It isn't their forte to fight characters, but if you have a basic Tomb King with damage tilted towards base damage fighting an armored general, really this is a good option and you shouldn't be shy. The gist is that one Tomb Scorpion can do a lot to amplify your efforts against even tough infantry, but is itself pretty vulnerable to being focused, and armor-piercing melee will whittle it down. Really good stuff, and or really buffed skirmishers can whittle them down as well, crack their armor and leadership, and then they are no more. So long as you have the means to get more, this isn't the end of the world, but having 6 of them in one army, which wasn't a conscious plan of mine, just how my opportunities resulted, didn't really help against that Mother Ospankia army that I mentioned earlier. What's my conclusion? Things with Tomb Scorpions can go good or bad in equal measure. They are great when they're used in the proper context and helping you solve tough problems in the middle of a combined arms attack. They're not great if they're left to drown. Lack of immunity to flanking really holds them back in some sense, but if you get them the right text, Perfect Vigor is a really big deal. And if you're wondering why to go 3rd Dynasty, the Special Lord cuts construction times in half in the local province. And if you have a leveled Necrotech building, you could potentially cut the Scorpion building's build time to 2 turns, and since recruitment of these Scorpions is 1 turn, that gets you up and stinging faster. Let me know what you think. Take care and have fun pouncing on your opposition.